Hey there. A quick look at building different shapes. We're going to use the shape tool by default. The rectangle tool has a little triangle on it, pull down menu. You should be able to make a rectangle, a rounded rectangle, an ellipse, polygon, and a star. So rectangle should just make a rectangle. Make sure you deselect before drawing any other shapes, otherwise it'll put multiple shapes in one layer, usually not our desired outcome. Rounded rectangle. There's my corners. I can hold down Option, and it'll draw without without drawing. I can hold down my Command key, and it'll go from the center of where I put my point. If I hold Shift, it'll do a constrained shape, and that's pretty much it. If you hold down Command and Shift together, it does a perfect square from the center of where you first clicked. So there's my rounded rectangle. Deselect, Command Shift A. I can make an ellipse. Command Shift A. Polygon tool makes a polygon. I'm going to hold down the space bar so I can move it over where I want it. Polygon tool, if I hit the up arrow, it gives me more sides. Down arrow, fewer sides, all the way down to a triangle. And then deselect. The star tool, and the star tool also operates with the up arrow, down arrow, the right arrow, and left arrow. Deal with its curvature of those points. So you can kind of make like a flowery shape or whatever by pressing those. I don't know if that works for all tools or not. I don't really, maybe I should know this. No, so the arrow keys don't work for square or rectangle. Anyways, as long as you are creating a new layer for each object, then that should end up being rather straightforward. The crazy stuff does get into our anchor points, which are always in the center of our layer. So that might be something you want to move into the center of your shapes. And you can do that a couple of ways. You can use your anchor point tool, the pan behind tool. You can move that anchor point up into what you would consider the center of that rectangle or triangle or whatever. Or you can get into your rectangle information. Transform, here we go. Which you can set to 0, 0. And then that'll put that anchor point in the middle. So if I did that to this one here, I opened up my contents, rectangle 1, transform, rectangle 1. And I set that to 0, 0. It still didn't move it. It moves a different anchor point, and that gets frustrating. But what if I hit 0, 0 for position? Now it puts it in the middle of my comp, where the anchor point is. So that's one way to fix that. You can just set your, wrong tool. You can set your position of that shape to be 0, 0, and that'll base it on the center of the composition where the anchor point is, and then you can move it wherever you want, and as you move it, that anchor point follows it. There you go, that's the solution. I hope this helped. All right, good luck.